What's going on, y'all? Jimmy Malcolm, Marcus Cash, time for the AEW recap for August 12th, 2020, Wednesday night's Dynamite. I liked this episode. I hated almost every finish, every match. If I can
Just about
remember correctly.
It'd be like one ending, and the rest of those endings were
completely go away. Sheeta's finisher, I'm a fan of.
The new finisher, whatever that submission was.
Rock lock, we'll call it for the moment.
But it even had like a bow and arrow aspect to it, with the knee and the shoulder.
Not sure how that will fare against Nyla.
And her massive legs.
But it worked for this little dummy.
Yeah.
Got squashed.
For every other woman on AEW's roster,
yes.
As small as they are, perfect.
Blown opportunity considering how light the show was in women to not have a Nyla promo or a Vicky promo, I guess.
Or anybody with Cheetah promo.
I like the promo with Cheetah.
No, but I'm saying, like, also a second person actually on the roster.
Yes.
Whether it be Big Swole, whether it be Allie, or even Brandy, I guess. I'm going to regret that in a second. But even, like, anybody else whatsoever that's actually a member of the roster.
Go Baker.
Like, preferably.
Always. I like the little promo they have with Cheetah at the end. Very short, very to the point. Everybody bring it on, or something to that effect.
Good white meat babyface promo. I'm here. I won all the challenges. Bring it on.
I'm here for all the smoke.
And she can back it up, which is even better.
That's what we enjoy. We're going to be out of order. We're already out of order. Jericho's match with Orange Cassidy. Did not love the finish to that either. Mainly because I love Chris Jericho. Let me be completely clear. Short list of goats not named Ric Flair. Chris Jericho's on it.
This juice was a little stale. Left a sour taste in my mouth.
Shut up. But yeah, Jericho, listen, we all know that he's not the wrestler he used to be.
No.
10, 15, 20 years ago.
And openly doesn't try to be anymore.
No, he definitely fucking takes some spots off. And mainly that finish looked rough. I think Sid said that it was because he wasn't ready for it, he botched it. I just don't think he has it.
I don't think he was able to do it.
It's an awkward position for a man that size. It's like I'm talking about Brock Lesnar, but a man that size to be in.
Yeah. Especially a man not as agile either. Granted, because of that size, but also he's 50 years old. He's not as agile to be put in a mousetrap anymore.
Yeah. I feel like he lost weight. He could pull it off. How old is Shawn Michaels?
I have no idea. A dog's age. But the issue with this match, and also most of the other matches on this show, he's gonna get obsessed about the age.
Yes. Keep talking. I'm listening. I don't really want to.
Well, wait till you start fiddling around. The issue with this match and most of the other matches on this episode was they had a good enough finish to the match. And then because they have to do a false finish, they don't go with that finish. It would have been a lot better to give us a much worse version.
Yeah, so you can surprise us, even though you're fucking not.
The Superman punch that Orange Cassidy does, while not overly believable in the first place, at least is a punch to your face, and even the strongest of opponents can momentarily get knocked out enough for a 3 count.
I'm not as big on fucking finishers as you are. People love it was a believable finisher because it's wrestling, and that's how that works. Yeah, it's just awkward to me. Now, I understand if they're saving a finish for the third match, which there will be. And I gotta be honest, I would imagine Jericho would win it, to be honest. But if they didn't and they're just saving fucking a big Orange Cassidy win for that, I'm okay with it. I just don't like this finish in particular. Because Chris Jericho can't pull it off.
But also, that finish made me not care or want a third one in the first place.
Wow. I will admit, it might be because it was partly rushed, because they were running out of time. But this win didn't feel as big as it should have felt for Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. In fact, it was like, thank God it's over.
Jesus, I wouldn't look that quite that far.
What show is
The most random horseshit at the most random times.
Can you stop?
No. FTR. And their heel Question mark? Turn beating up the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah. FTR, they're the new age Arn and Tully.
Well, to be fair, Arn and Tully, I'd say they're the original FTR.
Fair point.
Ugh, Young Bucks make me sick to my stomach. They stink so bad.
Matt Jackson in particular.
Yeah. I don't know if it was meant to be heelish. It felt heelish to me. I skipped right over the rest of that shit.
He really did.
Yes, I can't. Cringeworthy. Cringeworthy without, what do you call that? Self-realization? I can't do it.
I had to rewatch the whole episode because he skipped through that part.
That's hilarious. How was it? Bad?
It was worth skipping.
Listen, this is all to build up to the heel turn for FTR.
Even though the Bucks are the heels?
Even though this may be part of a massive conspiracy with Arn and Tully and
Shawn Spears.
Yeah, Omega. Who knows?
Yeah,
Cody. Yeah, who knows? It could be. Listen, if they pull this all together somehow, and they're not just acknowledging fan horse shit, which bothers me.
The Five Horsemen.
Or whatever. I'm here for it. I'm here. But you gotta do it right, obviously. Because you don't want to flop a finish, because then everything else is worthless.
That's what scares me.
If there's one plot hole, this whole thing falls apart. Well, why didn't they save him? Why didn't this happen? But listen, I like FC. Don't say it out loud. I'll fucking say it. I like FTR. I like FTR. Much like LeBron James, when people aren't slurping them, I like watching them. Especially now that we're a little more rough and gruff. When he fell down with his knee, Perry Saturn, I was like,
Peter Griffin, oh my knee.
We can't do this. We're making him seem like a fucking fat old man.
Fragile.
Yeah, and this looks bad, but it's part of the setup. I liked it. And then it brings a question, was it a setup last week?
I think it was. Which maybe is why Hangman took exception. Because he was just fine. It wasn't really all that injured.
Whoa! I think we might have done a better job of selling this than fucking Shivani and JR and Taz did.
They did, because they did not sell it.
Oh, it was like, what the hell? Which, to be fair, in the moment, we should. I don't know where this goes, but imagine we're doing a triple threat tag title match at some point.
I guess.
I'm not against that idea, but... Well, if you have been looking forward to the FTR versus the Young Bucks, I don't know why you would. You fucking buy into this greatest tag team ever shit. But, I get how this match would bother you. I've always done the equivalent. I love Hangman and Omega, so I'm not comparing them to this example. Okay? But more doesn't always equal better. Like, to me, Austin versus The Rock is the dream match. Austin versus The Rock versus X-Pac is a far lesser match. It just is. I'm not saying Hangman and Omega X-Pac. Get me? And I'm certainly not saying the two fuck Austin and Rock. I'm just saying that's an analogy.
And he's saying the Young Bucks are X-Pac.
So were you looking forward to something Bucks versus FTR? I feel like you were. You get that vibe.
I would have preferred that than the triple threat.
Nobody asked you why. I should be looking forward to this dream match.
I don't know. It's further. I don't think it was a dream match. I think it'd be interesting, but I don't think it'd be a dream match.
I agree. I'm with you.
This is the people we were the most fans of this tag team in this company and the most fans of this tag team in this company. Great. That doesn't equal this. That's not Undertaker and Sting. Like, I don't get it.
That's pretty good knowledge. What else happened? Who did Luchasaurus face? Luchasaurus and
They had the tag match
with Hangman and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be honest.
Do you think Hangman and Omega the best tag team ever? I think it's the Young Bucks. Well, I mean, we're the champs.
I was gonna say yours, but alright.
Title.
Hangman is awesome. The second best actor on the show behind Mike Yoda. I like the match between Hangman, Omega, and Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Match is fine, I thought. I liked I liked Omega and Jungle Boy in particular, which is not surprising.
Jungle Jack Perry look
sorry, we can just stick with that name. We'd be on a roll here. Omega snapdragon suplexing. First of all, everybody.
Everybody.
And then Marco Stunt.
Thank you.
Such veracity. It just worked.
And Marco deserved it.
That part I didn't like.
Yeah, which is the part I don't like. They kind of made Marco Stunt to be the heel.
Because he's heel to you at all times.
Because he is. But they clearly, for everybody else who hasn't seen it yet, have made Marco to be the heel. So Kenny Omega, Snapdragon him, should make Kenny the face. But Kenny is portrayed as being heelish for that.
Still turning heel, yeah. And heelish for Snapdragon. But, yeah, it's kind of oddly placed. I'm going to say because of Cody's, it's not a mandate, but, what do you call that when you slowly influence people? Anyway, about no heels.
Influence?
Yeah, influence, no heels and faces. Which I'm imagining Omega and the Bucks seem like they would share that kind of philosophy.
Well, yeah, because it's a performance, so everybody can judge your own opinions. McFinger bang.
It could have come up better, in my opinion. As long as Jungle Jack
Is Jungle Jack.
and gets a push out of this, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Somebody
Shouts out to the 65 million year old bomb.
I actually did like that. He had a little bit of personality. It felt like it was off the cuff. I'm sure it wasn't. But I liked it. It worked a lot.
I popped for that.
Heels and faces, somebody who does not believe in this horseshit philosophy is MJF, quite frankly. Who takes being heel very fucking seriously. And he pulls it off fucking tremendously.
Fantastically.
Yes.
I know he's been in the business for 2.5 seconds, but he is climbing that all-time greats heels list.
Jesus Christ. Would you stop?
He's on the ladder.
How big is this fucking ladder?
I don't know.
Would you knock it off? I like MJF. It's my favorite heel on AEW. I was going to say in the business, but I don't watch anything else. Wait, Sasha Banks is still heel?
Yes, actually. Surprisingly so.
No, you were telling me they were going to break up a few months ago.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I like it. I like the way this is going from what I see on my Facebook feed. I follow Sasha Banks. I even have him ahead of Goat Baker, quite frankly, because she has been wrestling. So he's gonna push, so that works. But he pulls this off tremendously. I wouldn't make the argument, but you could make the argument that his 15-second pathetic skit before the actual promo was even more heelish and dickish and fantastic in the promo.
Yeah, better overall.
Yeah, with him laying down in the ring, just completely like he's by himself, just talking to the world. Did
you catch that he was also posing while he did that? Because
Yes.
I caught that in a rewatch where he's put it, but then he takes his hand, he puts it under his elbow while he's laying on the mat.
Yes. I'm going to see, this might be a little technical for everybody. I think he missed his spot. He was supposed to be slightly higher because the camera can only come down a certain way. You can't center him in the frame. But it still worked for me. I liked it. I like Moxley coming out. Gotta be honest, I could have done without the Moxley promo afterwards.
Yeah.
I like him just assaulting MJF. We don't need to explain, we know why. And then that's it. Matter of fact,
Or maybe later on in the show even.
that's why I'm gonna say that. Matter of fact, they'd probably been better off, so they don't have a lot of time anyway, to just cut that all together. Maybe wrap all this stuff up a little more neatly.
Yeah. But if you needed it, later on in the show, not grab a microphone after you just did it.
Yeah, that part didn't work for me. We were talking about Sheeta. Oh, we're missing something big. Oh, right. The most disappointing part of the show for me.
That was impressive.
What? The most by far. And it wasn't bad. It was just easily the most disappointing. That is Cody versus Scorpio Sky. Which, if you've heard me talk about this, I've talked about it before it was announced, I talked about it before it happened. That match should have been the match for the TV title. He's a perfect TV champion, Scorpio Sky is.
Yeah.
And to me, he feels almost like a perfect successor to Cody. Like he would continue the fucking open challenge thing going. And they
Especially with the push that they've given Scorpio Sky. With his string of victories on Dark, so if you haven't seen it, very impressive because he's got the string of victories. They gave him his own singles music, so he doesn't even come out to SEU's music. They gave him his own entrance with the Sky Cam, which is a fantastic add-in to the entrance, right? So everything is building to this new star, and he went toe-to-toe with Jericho months before that. So I'm like, okay, this can be a thing. And it was also the debut of the, I guess, finished version of the TNT Championship.
Which is a needed improvement, still not great, but
yeah, it's whatever. Middle still kind of empty, but whatever. A lot better. It all lined up perfectly. New belt just showed up. Scorpio Sky takes it from you.
I didn't mind if he didn't take it, but that match needed to be transcendent, quite frankly. To me, Cody always goes way too far in his matches, and this would have been the match to do it. It should have been blood. It should have been 30 minutes. It should have been 100 fucking near falls. It should have been all that shit.
Should have been very 80s.
So just keep Scorpio Sky as the future guy if you're gonna beat him, which I don't mind. It just felt like, nigga, for real?
Well, beat him with an actual finish. Like, that just felt, short of time or I missed a spot. To me, it read that Scorpio was supposed to kick out or put his foot on the rope or something and just missed the mark or whatever. Like, that's what it felt like to me. Like, it felt, I guess this has to be the finish.
I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed in that match. Very disappointed in that push. To me, like, only explanation I accept is Scorpio Sky signed a contract somewhere else. That's the only reason I accept that finish. It's not happening, I'm just saying. That's the way they felt.
That's the way they write him off TV?
Yeah, like, you're gone now. But Brody comes out afterwards. No, he doesn't come out. He's on Titantron. I'm not sure what they call it.
Dynamite-tron.
I haven't called it the Titantron forever. I won't watch it when they stop calling it the Titantron. I just called that. And he challenges Cody for the belt. He's got Cody's old belt, which I like. He's willing to give it to him as consolation prize if he takes a new one.
He found it in the trash or something, like an old hardcore title.
It's so ridiculous. I liked it. Me, Brody, and Dark Order have been an MVP if we're going to extend this out for months. I know he won't take the belt. We got to keep this Cody thing going. Listen, I'm not against. Cody's a good worker. He's a good promo, and he's a star. So him fucking carrying this, you call it a mid-card title, I'll call it a secondary title. Cody's not a mid-card, so it's not a mid-card title. That's not how that works.
You are where your championship is.
No, the championship is where you are. So I don't mind him holding onto the belt. In fact, he had a really long streak, a really long run. I'd be okay with that. But I think we should avoid some of these guys.
These bigger name guys?
Or have better. Why is Ricky Starks getting a better match than Scorpio Sky?
Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, by the way, who weren't even on the episode.
Why is fucking, what's his guy's name from Private Party? Mark Quinn.
Quinn.
Why is he getting a better match than I'm assuming Brody? Like, can we focus here? That's all I'm saying.
It's like, you know how you typically rise to the level of your challenger, so like the number 1 seed in the playoffs will come out so great against the number 8 seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like he's taking these people who should have less of a match and less exposure,
Mm-hmm.
and going way over the top to try to bring them up. And then people with any actual name value or potential to be that new champion, he's phoned it in almost.
Is he the fucking 90s Knicks? Lose to Sacramento, but we're fucking going tooth and nail with Jordan Bulls? Like, I don't know. I thought we're missing something big. That's what she said. Our Go Baker. No Go Baker this week. How we fuck that up? I don't know.
Dark Order had another match, didn't they?
Against the Young Bucks.
Right, it's the Young Bucks match.
That was what it was. It was Young Bucks match. Didn't love that finish either. With Nick escaping the spike powder, I think it was. And then he fucking rolled the other one up. And he got...
That was weak.
Yeah. I still like we hated the show. I didn't. It was alright.
These were good matches.
Right. Fine.
Until the last 30 seconds of each of them.
Yeah. And with a great MJF promo. 6.5.
I'd say YouTube highlight worthy. That's about it.
Plug.
My battery is dying, which is my YouTube channel. Follow me. I do stuff with SP3 on his channel, including ECW review that's going to be coming up. I'm on his channel all the time. That's his link down below. Give me a follow.
Post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.